guess what? The old outdoor broad is back. So, just a little bit about why I've been away for so long, if you're interested. I actually did retire. So, I now have more time. I was working full time. That took 12 to 13 hours out of every single day, and sometimes a decent chunk out of the weekends. And the truth is, I just didn't have time to devote to my little side hustle. So now I'm officially retired and I have time and I'm excited. I want to get back into it. And we're going to start off this next round of informational videos inside here. I'm right now, I'm the old inside broad. And the reason I'm doing that is I want to talk about tech and how tech has evolved to the point to be extremely valuable. I mean, when you think back before the internet and how we plan trips, I mean, we were used to it, right? But we could show up and get surprises. And one of the great things about tech is you can eliminate a lot of that now. So I want to show you through the course of, I don't know, 2, 3 episodes, whatever, um, the apps and the tech that I use in order to help me with my trip planning and with saving stuff and memory lane and all that kind of thing. um, these videos aren't meant to be all inclusive of these apps. Overview and again just how I use them. Also, there are gobs of apps out there, so if you're looking for something specialized. So, like for me, it's car camping and hiking. If for you it's an RV or hunting or where you can drive your razor and things like that, I can guarantee you there are specialized apps for all of those kind of things. So you're not going to see gobs of apps. You're just going to see a couple. And I want to show you how I use them. And hopefully that'll help you figure out what works for you and get the most out of technology. Also, one other thing I want to do in this is I want to take away some of the intimidation factor of tech. I know for some people, if it's been a long time since you've used a computer daily, or maybe you never really used a computer much at all, maybe you find smartphones a little daunting. Hopefully, I can help eliminate some of that intimidation factor. I know my mother was really intimidated by tech. She wanted to use it and she applied herself as best she could, but it was just hard to get past that apprehension about technology. So that's where I'm going to focus. Now, what I want to start with, that being said, and it's not really tech, I'm going to show you a website, but it's not really tech. If you're going to be doing a lot of traveling and visiting federal facilities such as national parks, preserves, national monuments, these kinds of things, you need to get a pass. You need to get a senior lifetime pass. So let me show you a website, talk a little bit about the senior lifetime pass, and then we're going to dive into a site and an app called Recreation.Gov. So if you type in NPS, nationalparkservice.gov, you're going to find you have access to a lot of information. And if you look up here at the address bar, you'll see plan your visit passes. And that's how we wound up on this page. So again, I'm not trying to be inclusive about all passes that are available. That's easy enough to research. I just want to encourage you to get a lifetime senior pass. Here's what's important about this. This is called an interagency pass. It's good at the National Park Service, so any national park. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. This is like wildlife refuges, things like that, if they have any, fees or entrance associated with them. The U.S. Forest Service. Typically, there's no charge to enter the U.S. Forest, but some campsites charge. and you can get a break. You get actually half price on campsites within any of these facilities. The Bureau of Land Management, the Bureau of Reclamation, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Now, if you were really to look at all this, what you would see is museums and all kinds of things you probably didn't really think of. This senior lifetime pass will get you into all of them. Here's the requirements. You have to be 62, Social Security age, right? Probably no accident in that. And it's $80. Now, this is just a funny little side anecdote. I had known about this for a long time, and it was one reason to look forward to turning 62. And when I was 61, the lifetime senior pass was, guess how much? It was only $10. $10. The year, not kidding, the very year I turned 62, it went up to 80. Now, considering it's like $40 to get into a national park, again, if you're planning to travel a lot, this is going to pay for itself really, really fast. It's still an excellent investment. So if you don't have a lifetime senior pass, get one. If you're not sure that that's right for you, there are annual passes, other such things that you can certainly take a look at. Here we are at Recreation.Gov. Now, this website has tons of stuff on it, so we're just going to barely scratch the surface here. My recommendation is if you're going to be traveling around the country, make an account and then spend some time clicking around to see what's available and what is useful to you. So let's start out by just checking this hamburger menu here and going down the list of what you have. Account. So that's where you would set up your account. Reservations are going to be your reservations you make. So it's going to show you upcoming and past. Favorites would be anything you put into favorites, like favorite campsites. And passes. Now, passes are any passes that you've bought that you put into your account. So, for example, I have a lifetime senior pass. I have put that into my account. And now when I go to check out purchasing a campsite, it's going to apply the appropriate discount automatically. Availability alerts. Camping and lodging, RV, motorhome, trailer camping, so very specific. Tent camping, and lodging specific to cabins, yurts, and lookouts. And don't you want to just spend a night in a lookout? I've never done that, and obviously I'm going to have to add that to my list. What's not there is hotels. As you know, some national parks do have hotels in them, but you would have to go to that park site, click on the hotel, and it's going to take you off-site to the concessionaire that manages reservations for that particular hotel. Activities, permits, activity passes, tickets and tours, lotteries, Christmas trees. Visit for the day, passes, timed entry and vehicle reservations, and day use. Get help, help center, tips and tricks, trip builder, rules and reservation policy center, contact us, and then about Recreation.Gov, and accessibility. So before we started with this, I just clicked on tent camping. And let's see what happens when we start here, where to. So let's click into that. Let's click Canyonlands because I'd like to go there in May. So here it takes you to Canyonlands. Looks good. There is a little map of the park there. But let's go down because this is where I want to go right here, Needles District Campground. So let's see what this brings up. More nice pictures. All right, and here's what you got. So you've got campsites and their availability, and then you've got the campground over here on the right. Now, this is for, as you can see, October, and this is starting on October 8th. And if you hover, you'll see that R means reserved. Now, notice that when I hovered there too, that a picture of the site with information about it came up on the little campground map. So let's do this. Let's change the dates. So you go up here and click in, and let's just click out to where I want to go, which is May of 25. So let's click the 12th through the 16th. All right, now you see NR. NR means not released. So this campsite is not yet released. Click NR to learn more. Let's see what it says. For stays beginning on 5/15, check back on 11/15. So it tells you when to look for that site availability. So I bet if I clicked here on the 12th, which is when I really want to start, would tell me to look at 11/12. So that's pretty cool. So let's close this. So when I do this, I know I can't reserve yet, but I can look at the campground. So this is a little campground map. You can zoom in and out. And then if you're not familiar with the little hand, watch what it does. See how it's moving? So how these little hands work is when the hand is open, and that means you're not touching anything. No, I'm using a mouse. If the hand is open and I'm not clicking the mouse, I can just move it. If I left click the mouse, the hand closes, and this enables me to move the map. And then I let go, and I can look at it again. Now, what I like about this is you kind of see how the campsites are dispersed. You can see where the bathroom is in relationship to the campsites. So I kind of like this site 27 because it's off on its own. So let's click on site 27. And it brings up information about it. Let's click on view details. And there's a picture. As a matter of fact, as you can see, it's got quite a few pictures. So let's look at them because this is helpful in planning. Different views looking out of the campsite, another view of that site. And there we go. And it's right next to a trailhead. Maybe that's good, maybe that's bad. But it is good or bad, that's pretty cool. Now, a couple other things I do want to show you on this. So let's go back to our hamburger menu and let's go to reservations. All right, and this gives you access to all your account stuff across the top. So as I said, there's my upcoming reservation for Furnace Creek. I can modify or cancel it here. Good reason to have an account. If you click on past, it'll show me all the reservations, things I bought in the past. Passes, as I said, I do have a pass entered there. I have no favorites. Let's skip save trips and let's go to availability alerts. All right, so I do have some availability alerts set. I have 3 of them, which is all that you're allowed. And what this means is when these campgrounds become available, because none of them are reservable right now, I should get an email notification. That's what I asked for. When you make an availability alert, you can click whether you want email or text. I selected email. So those are the availability alerts I currently have. The last thing I want to take a quick look at here is saved trips. You can build trips on here. Now I'm just going to click on my save to show you this, but there is Trip Builder, and you saw it when we did the original hamburger drop down, because there's a couple really cool things about this. Now, this has something I added when I was doodling around with it. So we'll just add another one. So my starting point is down here. My second place is here. This is Death Valley. See how it tells me 3 destinations: start, second, and my third stop is right here at Lake Mead. And then it gives me the total miles. Okay. Now let's look at another place. Let's zoom in a little bit, because if you're RVing, this is really, really nice, I think. So let's see if we can hover. All these little dots are places. Let me zoom in a little bit more. And you can hover with the hand over it. And if you get a finger right there, you can click and it's going to tell you what that is. So this is the Willow Beach RV Park. So let's view details, shall we? Okay, so the first disclaimer on this page is that Willow Beach RV Park does not offer reservations through Recreation.Gov. It gives you a little bit about it. And let's scroll down because I'm pretty sure, yes, it has the website. So from here, you can click on the website, continue to external site, and it's going to tell you all about the Willow Beach RV site. It's going to give you the rates, and it's going to give you the chance, pet policy, blah, blah, blah. It's going to give you the chance to go ahead and make a reservation. All right, so let's click out of that. Click out of that. You can see here, now you can add it to your itinerary. So I'm going to add it to my itinerary. Now it should show, let's zoom out. There, a fourth spot. It added that to it. So hopefully you can see that if you're planning a long trip with multiple stops, this is really cool. And there are things, just in looking at this, along the way that, I didn't know about. So even though I'm going to just drive to Furnace Creek directly, I didn't know there was a Castle Mountain National Monument. And it's going to show me all those kind of things along the way. I've been to Red Rock, Tool Springs fossil beds, blah, blah, blah. So like I said, Recreation.gov has a ton of stuff on the website. There is a companion phone app, Recreation.gov. And as you can see, as I flip through, it's got just about everything that's on the website. One of the things you're going to run into, most likely if you're traveling, is self-service, first come, first served sites. That's where this phone app, in my mind, really kicks in. So for example, I was in the Tonto National Forest. I was looking at the Upper Tonto campground. It's first come, first serve. And I thought, well, that's pretty nice. So I stopped and I looked at the bulletin board. They call it a kiosk. And that's where I learned about this pick, scan, and pay through the phone app. So let me take you through that. So down below at the very bottom, you're going to hit scan. And we're looking at campsites, so you're going to hit camping. And it's going to walk you through step by step how to go about this. So you select your campsite and you leave your stuff there so other people know that someone is interested in that campsite. You walk over to the bulletin board, the kiosk, drive if it's a long ways, and you get out this app and you scan the QR code that's posted on the bulletin board /kiosk. And you can see the blue bar down at the bottom that says scan QR code. And that's going to reserve your site. You're going to follow the instructions and it's going to reserve your site for you. If you're in a place that has cell connectivity, your transaction's going to go through and you're all set. If there is no cell connectivity, it's going to be pending until you actually connect and everything flows through. If there are any additional instructions, you're going to want to follow them. And if a ranger comes by and asks you for proof of payment, you can just show your confirmation number that is on your phone. So that is the companion app for Recreation.gov. Well, that's it for my comeback episode. My sincere hope is that you found some useful information in that, and some follow-up and additional information will be coming soon. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I hope to see you in the old outdoors. Thanks again.